Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, I have Jay, and to his right, we have Coach G. And today on the board, we got the NBA All-Star votes. They came in. Taco Fall's in there for some reason. I don't know. We got Jerry Culver versus Robin Lopez, Almost had some fights last night. We got LSU versus Clemson on the board. We got a lot of stuff to get into today. How y'all feeling? Guys?
Feeling good. Feeling great today.
Glad to hear that. So what do y'all want to jump into first? First, actually, before I know what we're jumping into, we want to give condolences and a huge rest in peace to former NBA Commissioner David Stern, who passed away last night at the age of 77. He had suffered a brain hemorrhage of, I want to say maybe a week ago. So just condolences and prayers to his family and everything.
He's been going through a little bit of a battle.
Great NBA commissioner. A stat I saw, this man was something else. 1984 NBA revenue was at $156 million. 2012 he had brought it to $5.5 billion. With a B. Yes.
Get your letters right.
Yeah.
Get your letters right.
I know. Adam Silver was very distraught. A bunch of people around the league, everybody in the league was distraught about it because this is the first person you see when you're officially in the NBA. You get drafted, you shake this man's hand.
He has introduced
decades.
I mean, I don't want to necessarily say a percentage,
Bryant,
but it's such a great amount of players that you know and loved and grown into. Develop games after this man has met, introduced, and created lives for them and their families.
Exactly.
I mean, the impact that this man has had
them
on just everybody.
Yeah, he said he would. Well, players were sharing their stories and everything, and they said how he taught them financial literacy. He taught them this. He taught how to carry yourself. And I mean, he's the thing running. He's the person running the whole thing, so to hear that from that person is, I'm sure, pretty
in the league
relieving for a rookie.
Listening to the players' response, you can tell that how great this man was. Just listening to how they pour out their heart, how they feel about it. I mean, it's a special man gone, having his game day. A great man, an angel.
So he played a big part in this generation for sure.
Oh, definitely.
That's the only commissioner most of these people know.
Exactly.
Adam Silver came in, 16? 15?
And not to shade anything towards Adam Silver.
Adam Silver, he's a great successor so far.
Yeah, I'm about to say
so much money
worked
to the
with
NBA.
him. But yeah, that rest in peace.
That would hit the NBA hard. Michael Jordan gave his condolences. Everybody gave their condolences.
Oh yeah,
I seen that.
Oh yeah,
Sure. It's Michael doesn't really talk too much, so that probably affected him because Michael's pretty reclusive. I'm sure
they had a good relationship.
Oh yeah. And people said David Stern had to be the bad guy sometimes. You know what I mean? He didn't allow the Chris Paul trade. He didn't allow some stuff, so he had to be the bad guy sometimes. And I think when you wear that bad guy, when you have to wear the bad guy, when you have to be the bad guy, you people kind of look at you different. I'm sure you probably think people look at you different, and I'm sure that was nice to. I'm sure it's nice to see all the love.
I like Charles Barkley's story about him saying that, to paraphrase, he was saying that he sometimes has to be the bad guy, has to come down on you, and he said one of the most, and this coming from Barkley, being one of the most uncomfortable positions is to sit across that man in the room and have him tell you about what you done wrong.
Oh, it's like the principal.
He said that makes you feel some type of way. Yeah. He said, but then he gets up and he shakes your hand, gives you a hug, lets you know that it's going to be all right. We're going to get through this. I mean, he genuinely showed love, and the people care about him and his family, and yeah. So
rest in peace once again to David Stern. On lighter news, NBA All-Star votes came out.
Taco.
Taco Fall is sixth.
Taco.
What is in the backcourt?
How did that happen?
Backcourt, frontcourt.
How did that happen?
It's because it's fan vote. Fan votes.
You
can't trust the fans for nothing.
But at the same time, he has been balling. I think he's in the last 3 games. He's averaging like 30. I want to say it's like 35 points.
Taco Fall.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I want to fact check that one.
I saw his.
I've seen him do a couple of things.
Yeah. His per 36 minutes, he was averaging 42 points per game. That's wild. Per 36. He's not playing 36 minutes, but if he was playing 36 minutes, that's what he would be averaging.
That's what he'd be averaging.
So maybe that's what you saw. Or maybe we just haven't been catching Celtics games.
I'm more than positive that is a fact. He's averaged in the last 3 games, I want to say it's like 35, 36 points, 6.5 blocks, something like that. I want to fact check that for sure, but I'm more than sure.
Please fact check that for me. I'm concerned about that one because I think it's solely based on the fan votes, and right now I'm just like, come on, guys. I know he got a cool name.
Look, actually, I just look. In 3 games, Taco Fall is averaging 42.5 points per game. I just kind of
per 36 minutes. Yeah, it's that man hadn't played in nobody game for 36 minutes.
Nah, he hasn't. But if he was playing 36 minutes, that's what he'd be doing. That's the damage he'd be doing. I saw that too, and I was like, "What? Taco's averaging 40."
No, not the problem. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
No problems at all. No problems at all. But
however,
yes, Taco Fall is. I want to say 6th in the backcourt. Is he? He's back. Yeah,
like they got Alex Caruso, Taco Falls, both head side by side on a votes and whatnot. Both of them are being put in. I really see where Alex Caruso can be thrown in there. He put himself on the radar last year. He's doing well enough job to hold his position. I'm not sitting here saying that he deserves it. I agree that there's some players that are flat out balling out that's just not getting their recognition.
Yeah,
but plus it's fan vote, so that's my fan vote.
But what I will say,
the fans would vote in the scrawny. Yeah, they love Taco.
That's what I'm saying. Is it his name?
They chant MVP when he plays.
When the coach was about to put him in the game, did you see the crowd go crazy screaming his name? Like, put him in. Oh, man, it's crazy. Yeah, the love they have for this guy is amazing.
It is amazing. It's crazy. I just think I get where Alex can receive some of that love. Fan votes.
Yeah. He's the same type of. He gets that same type of love. I'll agree with that. Alex gets that same type of love. Alex is a star over in LA.
He is a star over in
that
LA.
Alex has a cult following. And it's partially due to social media. So leading the front court in the West is LeBron James. Go figure, with 1 million votes. Under him is Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Cat, Kristaps, Joker, Melo, Brandon Ingram, and Dwight Howard. What's that, 3 Lakers?
That's crazy.
In the top 10, front court. Guards in the West, leading is Luka Doncic with 1.7, or 1.07, my bad. Under him is James Harden, Damian Lillard, Stephen Curry, Westbrook, D'Lo, Donovan Mitchell, Alex Caruso, Devin Booker, and John Morant. So that was the West. Leading the East with 1.7, front court, Giannis. Under him, Joel, Pascal Siakam, Jimmy Buckets, Jason Tatum, Taco Fall, Bam Adebayo, Gordon Hayward, Andre Drummond, and Domantas Sabonis. And leading the guards, surprisingly, not really surprisingly, but no, leading the guards in the East is Trey Young, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, Zach LaVine, Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, Kyle Lowry, Bradley Beal, and Spencer Dinwiddie.
I am
shout out to Trey.
Surprised.
Shout out to Trey Young.
Over Kyrie Irving,
he has the
even over Kemba Walker.
This is what's funny. This is what's very funny. So front court, LeBron has 1,020,000 votes, right? Luka has 1,073,000. Giannis has 1,073,000, and they're all leading, right? Top of the board. Trey has 443,000 and is leading the board for the guards in the East.
Wow.
That's 600,000 votes off. Still leading. Yeah. Shout out to Trey Young.
Absolutely.
I was surprised to
ice trade again
to see him leading. I'm not surprised to see him there because he's been balling on.
Yeah, I'm definitely not surprised to see him there, but to see him even in the top 2, top 3, that's surprising too.
Yeah.
Especially when his team ain't been performing the way you think they should, you know.
Yep.
They're still trying to make some things happen, and sometimes you got to carry the team, you know, throughout the season because they are missing a few pieces. Mm-hmm. So it will be expected for Trey to weather this storm, and expected for him to come out on the other side of this pretty much battle tested and ready to go. They're not going to make a push for the playoffs by no means. No. They're setting themselves up for another lottery pick. However, for the future, I mean, Trey Young is their move, and he's doing an outstanding job. But his second year, having to go through some of the things that he's facing right now. I mean,
a lot of shoulder weight on him.
This is his first series of injuries because he just injured his ankle maybe it was about a week or so ago. Injured his ankle again. Yeah. He's just coming off of ankle injury. Yeah. So
he lands on a lot of feet.
You know that if you know about ankle injuries,
that's because he's real wild. He do a lot of
He's
driving.
In the lane. Yeah, he's always. Plus, he's a smaller guy.
I'm not gonna call it wild. I'm gonna call it he will push the envelope because I think he's control chaos. You feel me? Because what he's doing is calculated. I mean, the guy is very, very calculated. He understands.
He's very
high
mature.
Risk, high reward.
Very mature game.
A very mature game. I know people say, "Oh, he's just pulling it. He's setting you up. You get in deep. He knows he can break you down.
Yeah, he has a very high IQ.
Getting other teammates involved. But when you missing those players that finish for you, it's a difference between having a 3-star and a 5-star.
Yeah.
You know who you're passing to.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the league. You're making big bucks, but it's a difference between a 3-star caliber player and a 5-star caliber player.
I mean, it's a difference between passing it out to KCP or Danny Green.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but it's always going to be like that. You can't have like 2 5-star players on every team. It just won't never happen. I don't think it's that many 5-star players in the league.
But what I'm saying, not necessarily 5-star players, but what I'm saying is in positions. If you don't have anybody that can finish the assist for you. You know, you're going to, A, that's hurting your stats. B, you're going to start saying, you know what, I'm going to pass the ball to you 8 times. I'm going to start taking this shit my damn self.
He has a good amount of assists.
Yeah, I mean, he's pushing the envelope. That's what I'm saying.
For scoring
as much as he does. But if you got somebody who can finish, or his pieces that he's missing, some of them finishing pieces.
Oh, yeah, he's missing a hell of a piece.
That just gels your whole team. That makes your team better.
So, do you think Luka... How good do you think Luka would have been over in Atlanta?
If that trade hadn't happened, I thought about this.
I think Luka still would have been Luka.
I think
Me too.
They would have rallied behind Luka just like the culture has rallied behind Trey Young. Mm-hmm. It would have been one of the receptions where I honestly believe that it would have been like, fuck it, we give him a shot. We'll try. Mm-hmm. We'll try. Why not? He's went high. You know, he balled out. Because Trey Young, what he did over in OU had a couple of good runs with Buddy Hield playing over there at point guard. He did some amazing things. Then have Trey Young coming up through their system, being in the OU circuit or being on the Oklahoma circuit through AAU. Mm-hmm. He was well known. Over there in OU, so
he had OU on lock.
He had OU on lock, so it's kind of hard to come from OU and be big known because it's not a high market area.
Oh yeah. For sure.
However, I think Trey and Luka would have probably fared the same, even though there's a color difference. I don't think that would have mattered.
I completely agree with you. I really do. You took the words right out of my mouth. We're gonna jump into our first commercial break, and we'll be back after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. back to the assist. We're jumping into Jared Culver versus Robin Lopez. I like seeing this because I'm with it. You dunk on me. You dunk on me. We're fighting.
Hey.
You cross me. We're fighting.
You're in a league where you're gonna get dunked on.
True.
Okay. So if you're coming out there with that kind of attitude, I'm gonna have to. That's gonna cut into your playtime. Now I like the fireness in you. I like the fact that you won't let somebody punk you.
Yeah.
However,
it's coming out of your playtime. Yeah.
Understand?
It's coming out of your check too.
You are in a league where you are playing amongst freaks. Some people are just faster.
Yeah, some people will climb the tree.
Some people can just jump higher. May not can shoot worth shit, but can jump out the gym.
Mm-hmm. They'll climb that Lopez tree.
That Jones Jr. over in Miami?
Derrick Jones Jr.
Derrick Jones Jr.
Oh,
man, I wouldn't have him shoot threes for me to save my life. You know, if I was underwater and they pulled me up if he hit a three. However, I let him jump across. I feel confident in him jumping across a lake to come get me. I put my money on it.
He cleans the clouds, man.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I was just about to say something. I lost my train of thought. You told me Derrick Jones Jr. made me think of somebody else.
I mean, it's a few cats.
Kelly Oubre, who he's just been yamming on everything.
He is spinning his bag.
He yammed on JaVale McGee last night.
He did. He did.
He has dunked on.
He playing with a chip, a real good chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he has the body type for it. He's long. You know, when you're longer, but you have a little bit of muscle on you can sneak that ball in there. You know what I mean? Guy comes up with both hands up, you can sneak it through the middle.
So you saying he's sneak dunking on people?
He's sneak dunking, but there's some power behind it.
He putting a little
into them. I think if him and JaVale, if it was a
head up battle,
Tiago Splitter, LeBron type deal, I feel like the people he's dunking on would win those battles. So I think he's finding that little spot, and it's just boom, perfect.
He's snuffing dunking.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
At all. He's making
2
beautiful
points and maybe 3 the easy way, but
I'll get you off your game, and I go behind you, and you just so happen to can't turn around that fast, and I'm already dunking. By the time you turn, you done got dunked on.
You done got dunked on.
But don't come up swinging with those posters.
Do not come up swinging on me if I done sneak dunked on you. You just take that.
Yeah,
you handle that. Okay.
See, but Jared Culver, I get you dunked on him. You want to yell in his face. Come on, Rook. That's not the guy you yell in. You don't yell in his. I think that's maybe why Robin got mad. He was probably like, "Know your place, youngster."
What's them MMA brothers' names? You know what I'm talking about.
Nick and Nate.
Nick and Nate. That's kind of like
Nick
yelling off
at
Nick. Yeah, that's kind of like yelling off at one of the Diaz boys' face. And okay, all right.
We do this. You know we're both out here, right?
We do this,
both
okay?
On the same team.
You won't smoke. Okay, we gonna give you all you want. So
you think I'm the crazy one? Wait till Brooke comes out here.
Yeah, my brother's sitting right there. You know,
he's hurt, but godly. I don't know. Is Brooke hurt? I don't think Brooke's hurt.
I don't know, but they do have both them boys over there.
Yep, they sure do.
They do got both them boys over there.
But yeah, that's the what's his name? James Johnson for the Heat, guy who knows. He's a black belt in MMA.
Yeah.
Those people you just don't you dunk on him. Yeah.
I mean, he's athletic enough to cross over into this sport, but please understand, this man has official hands.
Yeah.
And his defense is real deal.
You can dunk on people, Jared. Just know who you're yelling in the face of. I get you're a big old. You're 6'7". You're big. Maybe what 215.
See, that's where I miss Ron Artest. I remember Ron used to wreck the Meta World Peace.
Man.
Boy. He come through and he check everybody.
We're not even gonna bring up him, man. He done way.
He might come up here and
he done a little bit too much.
Hey, man, a little bit too much. Listen. He toned it down. He toned it down. But sometimes you got to put it down. Let him know where I go. So I don't blame him.
You don't mess with me.
Yeah.
I don't know when you getting fined hundreds and thousands of dollars,
missing seasons.
I don't think
He
think
toned
it's
it
worth
down
it at that point.
Yeah.
He didn't Latrell Sprewell. Somebody threw some stuff at him, okay? All right, now.
Imagine that. $20 million isn't enough. And you don't ever see another one. And you never see another NBA contract. You should have took the $20 million, Latrell. Latrell Sprewell was a...
He's another one jump out the gym.
Oh, yeah. Latrell Sprewell will
jump late.
Jump over you.
Jump late.
That's a crazy
jump
deal.
right over you.
Should have took that deal.
Oh, yeah. But we'll talk NBA finances on another episode. Yeah, we got to jump into Zion. The Pelicans announced that he might be returning as soon as these next couple games.
Did they teach the boy how to walk? Did you hear how they were trying to teach him how to walk?
I mean, you know, Zion always had the little weird wobble he had.
I can't make this up. They tried to teach him how to right foot, left foot.
See,
right foot.
This is my problem with that. So I got it on the board because I wanted to talk about it. I think we're in the era. We're in the excuse era. Okay, this is a hot take, bold prediction, right? Okay. We saw with Markelle Fultz. You've played 18 years, 19, 20, 21 years of basketball. You just played however many years of college. Busting people up, right? Putting buckets on people. And now you have to be retaught how to do the one thing you were taught to do in the beginning. When you first play basketball, you learn how to shoot. You learn how to put the ball in the basket. All right? And the dream is get to the NBA. Now you're in the NBA and you got to reteach you how to shoot. All right, so that's a little fishy, right? You don't think it's too fishy until you see this. Okay, well, the first thing you do as a child, the second milestone, because crawling's a milestone, I'll say. Walking. Zion's 20 years old. You've been walking for, what do you say, 19 years? 19 and a half? I don't know when you start walking.
Zion's a freak. He may have came out walking.
Honestly.
And now you can't walk. Now you don't know how to walk. Now, granted, we don't know all the... there's people... Stuff happens to them and they just don't have that ability anymore. They got to relearn it. Maybe there's something we don't know. I think they may be hiding something from us. But I also feel like it's very fishy.
I've never been 285. I mean, that's
also true.
Every step is pressure, and that may just show, take pressure off of ailing, something that he's just over time's grown to. It's been hurting. I just kind of deal with it. I just
you put 285 on it's gonna hurt, Zion.
I mean, that's a big young man. Yeah. Big and young. I mean, I know people say he's young, but he's still developing.
He's still growing. That's a factor.
So all this is a contributing factor.
Oh yeah.
Now trying to teach the man how to walk, I'm not necessarily on board with that.
Yeah, I think the walking thing is a whole new level. Losing weight, that's one thing.
He needs to lose weight.
He definitely needs to lose weight.
I think he's going to come back next year around 260.
Man, I promise you that. I just hope he doesn't like seafood like that because he's in the worst place possible. He's in New Orleans.
He's going to swell up like
in New Orleans. They're going to feed him. He going to get free food for being who he is.
Fish and grits and shrimp.
Every day. Every meal. That's going to stick on him.
Oh, yeah.
No, nonetheless, listen, I can't talk about the guys walking because I can't jump nearly as high as he has. So if that's how, he walked half his life and he can do the things that he does on the court, get off that ground, gets that 285-pound frame off the ground.
See, that's the thing. You're 285 and you jump so quick. As soon as his feet touch the ground, he's back up in the air.
I mean, that's like a Volkswagen with hydraulics.
Yeah, it's like
exactly. So you think about it. If he was to actually lose a little bit of that weight,
just tone it up.
Imagine how much higher he's gonna jump.
Just tone it up, son.
Because I mean, he was probably 260. The last time he was 260, he was probably
and the season's long. Once he gets to running up and down that court, it's gonna tone up.
Oh yeah, he's gonna knock off
that loose. That loose
running 5 miles a game, you're gonna lose
to about a 260 solid.
I mean, he does have a little bit of body fat on him, so that'll all be gone. He'll look like a linebacker. He already does, but he'll look like an in-season linebacker.
Look like a Greek bronze statue.
Literally, you touch Zion, he's not gonna move. Bing. The only fat he has is his skin. Jumping in. Well, let's get into this little boxing that we have. Before we jump into, we can save football for our last half hour. Gervonta Tank. I don't even know his last name. Is it Davis?
Davis.
That's what I thought. I wanted to say it was Davis. I just didn't want to get it wrong. Man, when they say Tank,
They mean Tank.
It's a fitting name.
Tank.
I mean, if you don't know who he is or you haven't had the opportunity to watch him,
you need to go look at his own.
It's because he throws that straight. And he looks like a tank when he throws it. It's his right arm is stuck out like a barrel,
hard,
and it's coming hard. I watched. The only thing I watched was the last round highlights when he dropped him. Oh,
he hits hard.
He dropped me watching the video. I looked at the video and was like, "Oh, I know that one." For his
size, he hits extremely hard. He generates a lot of.
It's because he's so low to the floor. You know, punches come from the floor.
They come from the ground, and it travels up through his body with
well, Pacquiao.
He's a one-punch man.
And he
for all the anime heads out there. I don't know if y'all know, but he's a one-punch man.
Yeah. But he throws several of them one punch.
Oh yeah.
And they all have
they all gonna hurt. All of them. Just know that they don't call them Tank for no reason.
Oh, all of them I saw hurt. All the ones I saw him hit.
Every now and then, though.
He'll get wild.
Every now and then.
That's the size of it. He's sizing you up, seeing what you're going to
But he'll get a little bit wild once he's throwing them and connecting. He gets a little wild. I'll say that. But he's a tank. I don't even want to call him a beast. He's a tank.
I hate to fight him in real life.
You got to take him to the ground. You got to do a ground game on him.
That's one of the people you got to be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to do this 25 to life.
For real.
Well, let's do kickboxing or something. Let's fight in Minecraft. I don't want to box.
Let's fight on Xbox. Let's play a game of Call of Duty.
Let's play Fight Night round 4.
I'll let you fight
night.
One time.
Let's go Fight Night. I hate
that. Because you know he's not gonna win on Call of Duty.
Gonna snap on him real good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That fight was crazy. I feel like we have something else on board. Let me check. That's exactly what it was. We kind of got out of basketball for a little bit. We didn't even get to announce the players of the month.
Who we got?
I mean, it's pretty. I think it would be pretty obvious once I tell you. Giannis.
Okay, yeah.
James Harden.
Yes,
sir. I think I agree with both of those. And then coaches of the month. You got Billy Donovan over in OKC, which I completely agree with. He's pushing OKC. They thought OKC was going to be terrible this year, and they're making a good little run. They might. I don't want to say they might sneak into that little 8th seed. They could sneak in there.
I don't think so. Popovich not on them?
No, not for this month. It's just for the month of December. And then Coach Mike Budenholzer for the Bucks. Which I agree with. The Bucks are. The Bucks have the number 1 record in the league right now, I think. I want to say they do. Off the top of my head.
Actually, they do.
They do?
I think they do.
Okay. Awesome.
I know on the rumor board, what y'all think about Darren Collison?
Oh, going to the Lakers. I like it. Or going to the Lakers or Clippers. He's looking at both.
Going to the Lakers
he just wants to be in LA.
In LA, exactly.
And I think personally, if you're in the NBA, 9 times out of 10, you're a competitor. You don't want to go straight to the best team. You know what I mean? You want to, let me go to this team. Bunch of pieces there. We can probably make something. We can beat this super team.
You say that, but at the same time, like, a lot of these people seem like they just chasing rings.
True, he could be doing that. He could win a ring. He could win a ring. We're going to jump into our next commercial break, and we'll jump into the NFL hour, or our football hour, I should say. Football half hour, I should actually say. We'll jump into that after this quick commercial break. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off football hour, or football half hour, I apologize once again. We have to start it off with basketball. Woj bomb just dropped. And it looks like the Philadelphia 76ers are reportedly interested in trading for CJ McCollum. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know what big news is, but that right there is big news.
I don't think he'd be going nowhere.
I don't think he will either. I think he's too pivotal to their system over in Portland. But
the package would involve. Hold on. The package is looking like. I mean, this is just. It could be Al Horford and Zaire Smith. That gives.
I got Nurkic over there. I got Nurkic and Whiteside. Why do I need Horford?
You can put him at the 4.
Al Horford though, that is like.
Al Horford's a good piece.
That is.
But he's not the piece they need. I'd want.
What?
Is Tobias Harris still over there?
Al Horford in his coaching, what he gonna bring?
I would want Tobias Harris if I was Portland.
His coaching ability.
I understand where you're going there.
Horford.
Yeah, true. Al Horford does have a great mind.
But here's the deal: there's going to be somebody who's going to be overly happy, and it's going to be somebody who's just going to be like, all right, we still got some more to work, and somebody get exactly what they want. I doubt both teams are going to be exactly happy. So
true
on this side of things,
but I think they need to be happy in order for this to happen. I think if they're both not happy, it's not going to happen. Because you want my second option, my second score,
exactly.
And you want to give me your.
I brought this to the attention the other day. I was talking to a gentleman about how Carmelo Anthony has inserted himself into the Portland offense into not the first, but the second scoring option.
He's not the second scoring option.
But when Dame comes down, I know he's supposed to be, but for whatever reason, they feeding Melo. They're giving him the opportunity, and he's about 50-50 right now.
Putting up 17 points a game.
CJ's
an easy 20.
Exactly. I wonder if he's getting frustrated over there.
Well, it's Philly looking to trade for him, not Portland looking to ship him out of town.
Yeah.
So I think if it was Portland trying to ship him out of town, then it would be, okay, something's not clicking over there.
I don't see where he's sitting here rebuttaling either, though.
I mean, it's a Woj bomb, so you could give him a second. They'll rebuttal, or they'll reply with what they want. Because this is a business at the end of the day. If you're going to give me Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid, well then, here you go, Philly. Here's CJ.
If it worked that way, I doubt it worked that way.
Oh yeah, it won't. They're not going to give up those two pieces. But I feel like they're reaching for something almost because
that deal would probably not go through.
Yeah, you want to. Depending on who they offer, that's all it's gonna. Because right now, if it's Al Horford and Zaire Smith, it's not happening. If I'm in Portland, if I'm Terry Stotts, I'm like, no, don't let this happen. Don't let this trade happen.
You never know, like what type of they might throw in some
under the table deals.
It could be a third team. It could be a third team involved with this. It could be a breakdown. A more sinister plan, a breakdown of a team to kind of set them back some. It's the way commissioners and GMs operate.
And they just gave him a nice chunk of money. So
they did. They gave him a 3-year extension, $100 million. I don't think they're getting rid of him.
They plan on getting
that's Portland, what made me surprised when they picked up Melo and paid him off as fast as they did. I know they had to get that man some money, but I was just like, dang. Y'all got CJ as y'all's number 2 scoring option. However, y'all are diverting over to Carmelo.
But nobody thought Carmelo Anthony would be a number 4 scoring option on a team.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Not even that, and I just say like the way that he been playing, he came in and he did his job and he did it well. He did exactly what they needed him to do. So why not go ahead and guarantee that man his money?
I've been done said that. I've been saying he should. I don't see why he's not on the team. But at the start of the season, I felt like looking at the league and knowing what Carmelo can do, he's better than 50%. I said actually 65% of the league.
Yeah, I would say more than 50%.
If I'm Portland and I'm getting rid of CJ, I need, because at that point Melo becomes your second, and now
you gotta make big moves.
If I'm Portland, I want, looking at the Sixers roster, realistically, I want Tobias Harris, James Ennis, maybe a pick. Maybe a pick for maybe just Tobias and a pick. Maybe Tobias, James, a little bit of money. Maybe Tobias, James, and a low pick. Because we just paid him and y'all want him. So that's going to hurt us. You know what I mean? So, looking at it, that's who I would pick.
They probably make
because they're not going to get rid of Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. They're looking for another star, and they don't want to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because free agency's coming up, they can just sign somebody. Well, this is what the cap's looking like. We're going to pay these people next year. You know what I mean?
And I don't understand the build up with the the bigs over there like that. If they're looking at Al Horford, I mean, they must be wanting to run. Which big can you run in a different position?
I mean, you got Nurkic and I don't think is Portland looking to get Al Horford for them, or is that who the Sixers are shipping?
It's a package. Yeah, that's who they be shipping.
Okay, so I think that's not
so
the right place to go. So
it's just more like it's the proposed.
I don't think that's the right place to go with that deal. We got to jump into football, though. LSU versus Clemson, baby.
LSU.
That's who you got?
I'm going for LSU.
I'm going Clemson.
I'm going for the Tigers.
I'm going for the LSU, man. Only reason why, okay, I'm going to say this. Neither one of these teams are my favorite. The only reason why I'm going for LSU is because I have a really good friend that's diehard LSU fan.
Okay, I can.
And when I say he's diehard, I mean overly diehard. That's his team.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody else that's overly diehard
for LSU.
Fan. You know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm
well,
saying?
I mean, LSU. It's not like LSU's a bad team or anything.
Yeah, but I don't know nobody that's just crazy for Clemson. So I
like Clemson's colors. I like how they beat who they beat the other year. It was Bama. They beat Bama a couple times, right?
But
I
at
like
the same
how they
time,
knocked off the King.
But at the same time, it's not like you like, oh, I like Clemson. You got Clemson stuff.
Oh yeah. Facts. I'm not.
Man cave setup. You know.
Yeah. Not a diehard Clemson fan by any means.
This guy will literally save checks to make sure he got $400-$500 to make it to the game.
Oh.
Like big time games.
Yeah.
Not
national championship games.
Yes. Not little regular games.
Yeah.
Like he's spending half of his rent money to go to one of these games.
Oh yeah,
things. Yeah,
diehards.
Yeah, that's a diehard.
And that's down south football, or down south. Or they're diehards.
Their alumni is just like, dude, insane. Like, they just ride or die.
Oh yeah,
seriously.
That's most colleges though. Even if people went to a little small rinky-dink college, I'm a Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis alumni. And we're going to win. This is our year for the national championship. We're going to win it this year.
Yeah. And then for them to just have that crazy, like...
A 14-0 record.
Man.
In a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. It would hurt the Joe Burrow, quote-unquote, legacy, college legacy, if they didn't win. Because you won the ship, or you won the trophy. Well, you gotta pull through with the ship. It's like when Kobe won the 2008 MVP and they lost in the finals, and I know that made him just come back 3 times better.
What I expect is a cat fight.
Mm-hmm.
All seriousness, if Clemson starts off slow, just like they did the other day against Ohio State, then Clemson is in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Clemson is in trouble.
Oh yeah, Clemson did not start. I thought Ohio State had that game in the bag.
But by the same token, I do feel like Clemson has the tools to be able to compete and the possibility to win this game.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
However, a slow start cannot be nowhere in their program during that championship. If it shows up on the bus, if it makes it into the huddle somewhere in between somebody's ears and somebody's helmet. On that Clemson squad, I'm sorry, it is a wrap.
Oh yeah,
it's over, and it may be.
I feel like Burrow gonna come out just.
I think it's gonna come out on his P's and Q's. I really expect it.
On the flip side of that coin, LSU, I really do feel like it's theirs for the taking. I mean, I think they should win. I think they would be their own.
They're gonna beat themselves.
If they lose this game, it's gonna be simply due to error on their part.
Yeah.
Maybe a costly hit, trying to hit the quarterback. You come in, he was late, or targeting.
These referees have been a contributing factor in some of these games.
I'm not gonna necessarily say. Listen, you know the rules, and at this point of the game,
I would hate to say this, but I was just watching a thing. It was kind of like implementing that a lot of outside people as far as like, different organizations and stuff like that.
Influences these games?
Influences games.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that. And I heard that a lot of bad influence games. And, I mean, you think about it, if you're the referee and you can just so happen to keep calling the hold on this one player, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or you just so happen to keep on, you know what I'm saying?
My friend, that's a whole
corruption.
Another topic. We can dive into that one show. I'm not sure if we even have enough time for this show. However, the whole gambling, Vegas, we call it Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it weird how Bleacher Report puts out the Vegas, the quote unquote Vegas report of every game, every match, basketball games? Joe Burrow's dad bet it was 200-1 that Joe Burrow would win the Heisman. He placed a bet at the beginning of the year, won well over $10,000 for his son winning the Heisman. I want to say he won 50 racks.
That's insane.
For your son winning the Heisman, 2 people bet on him winning it. When one was his dad. So 2 people got paid off. How can you bet on who's going to win the Heisman? I mean, it's Vegas. You can bet on anything. You could bet.
Yeah, exactly.
When I flip my hat up, am I going to catch it?
With it being so many different people, like, how do you...
It's almost like Bleacher Report's kind of making it a thing now. Like, boxing really made it a thing, and I get why. But it's like Bleacher Report's kind of making it the norm now. That, okay... Lakers versus Clippers. Lakers are up plus 850. Like, what does that have to do with the game?
Whoever's making these numbers, putting these numbers on these spreads, the point spread being 7.5 points, or in a football game, or 8-9, with anything with a half point is tricky.
Oh yeah,
that's just
yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of. I just thought that was always kind of weird. Spoke about the reason I won Clemson was because they knocked off the Kings a couple years ago. And speaking of the Kings, not the Kings, Sacramento. Talk about the Kings of this decade of college football, I would say. Alabama, Crimson Tide.
Will be Bama.
Bama.
Are they going to bounce back next year? Does Bama still have the number 1 recruiting class? Is Bama going to be number 1 in the SEC by the end of next year?
Bama's not going to have any issues as far as recruiting.
Or bouncing back?
Where Bama issues comes from is when teams, when Bama does well through their program, only person that's not leaving outside of the players who leave is Nick.
Yeah.
So your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, they go take head coaching positions elsewhere. So you have to rebuild that. You get them for about 2-3 years, and then you have to rebuild.
Like, if you're a coach, like your players, they go to Alabama and then they go to the NFL and they get a paycheck, right?
Yeah. You have a unique...
Coaches go to Alabama, then they go get a head coaching job, they get a paycheck.
You have a unique situation that not every team has to deal with.
Like, this guy, he's a head offensive coordinator in Alabama. Here you go.
Exactly.
Head coach.
I feel like if you go to Alabama, like, what player in their right mind wouldn't consider going to Alabama if they came and sat in your house and said, "We want you.
We want you at 6th string."
It's not too many teams that I would put above them.
Not at all.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to a great school. You're going to get a great education.
You know the program. You know what it is.
Program. You know what I mean?
You
got 4 chances to get a ring. It's not like any of those years you're not going to be a contender.
Exactly. And on top of that, you're going to have all the exposure that you need to show off all the skills.
Exactly. You're going to have all the national televised games.
That you need to do. You know what I mean? You can show
and
all the skills.
It's a great platform to get you to that next level.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I don't think Bama's going to have too much of a problem bouncing back.
I don't think so at all.
You think they're going to? You think it's going to be
13th right now?
You think it's going to be easier for them?
They went out 13th
with.
They lost at the wrong time.
If Tuya,
it's the only thing that was wrong with that. They lost at the wrong time.
Because Tuya was on the board. He was supposed to be on the board. I didn't write him down. He's announcing the 6th when he leaves. If he's leaving or if he's not leaving, if he's staying.
See, he has a little brother, a freshman,
up there
that has a little cannon on him also.
So I don't think he's gonna leave just yet. I think he's gonna stay another year, and I think he's gonna Yeah, and that's another chance at a championship. My bad. But it can also.
I don't think he liked the way this year ended, especially the way it was going for him.
My thing is this: he needs to see where he's gonna land on the board first. If you're gonna land kind of high, I think you should go to the league because one, that's a paycheck. Two, you just changed everybody's life. You know what I mean? In your entire family, everything just changed. And if you stay, you might not get that next year. You know what I mean? Where you were 10, you might now be a second round prediction.
See, here's the deal.
A fourth round prediction.
I disagree with that position because the quarterback position is such a protected position. You do get your injuries.
Yeah, that's all I mean.
You do catch your injuries, but it's not like you're get hit. If you run 100 plays, quarterback may get hit on a bad game 15 times. That's high for the quarterback to get hit 15 times. Mm-hmm. Your halfback got hit every single time you handed him the ball. So if you handed it off 20 times, he got hit at least 20 times. True. So the wear and tear on a halfback, if you're a halfback and you're projected to go, you just happen to get injured.
My stance is like that for all of them because you don't know what can happen.
I expect you to go high now. Versus a quarterback, I think you still have time to develop your resume. Because
it's a catch 2020. That's the both sides of it. Yeah, you could develop your resume, or you could have a season-ending injury.
You can have a season-ending injury, and that's always every time you step out there on the court. Step out there on the field, court, or anything, any sport that you play.
Because it's just college.
You can have that injury.
I always think if you have the opportunity, especially if you're on scholarship, I always think if you have the opportunity to get your education is always number one.
There you go.
True.
I'm with you there also.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Because
if I have a child
injury,
in that position, I'm gonna tell them you need to finish your 4 years.
Mm-hmm. So now you have something to fall back on if you have a season-ending injury in the NFL.
Exactly. No matter what, you always
may be the person who develops the such and such that helps prevent this injury.
Exactly.
An apparatus that helps prevent this injury that may have happened. Exactly. So the possibilities of you staying and developing your education.
I think it's only smart just because you see so many players get hurt, and it be from the smallest things. It ain't never on purpose. You know what I mean? It be from the smallest things, and anything can happen. And you know what I mean?
You see people have that same injury and they bounce back, so you think, oh, it's not going to be nothing. Like Derrick Rose just tore his ACL.
And that
people always tear their ACL. It's not nothing.
That was going to be my perfect example. You got somebody like Derrick Rose that's a what if. You know what I mean? Even though you still in the league, you still making money, you still doing your thing. You're not on the top of these stats and everything like people know you should be or you could be just because these injuries hold you. You know what I'm saying? They holding you back.
I know people get on top of the coach about that Derrick Rose. He shouldn't have been in the game.
Playoff game and you're up.
The playoff game, you're up and you're up big. You know, while you still get. Everybody knows that. Yes, I would have pulled him out earlier. Of course, hindsight 2020 because of what we know now. But that injury could have happened the very next time he stepped on the court. He could have been in practice, and we'd have heard about it in practice. You know what I mean? So, it's some things. I'm not going to sit here and say that they just in the card. But what I will say, while y'all were pointing out,
started on to you,
Derrick Rose, Adrian Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
Tore his knee completely up at the end of the season and came back and almost won. He was like 8 yards away from winning the most rushing yards in a season. Yep. Like 9 months later. He didn't take the full recovery time like us normal people will have to. You know?
And they never do. Because, I mean, that's their love for the game. They want to get back out there on the field so bad. You know what I mean?
Their genetics are just different.
Nobody likes seeing, especially when you're in sports, you don't like seeing your team do all the work and you're doing nothing. You just sitting on the side and not doing nothing.
Even if you're getting a check, it's your love for the game. It's your passion for the game.
It's your love for the game because some people's genetics are different and some people's heart is different.
Oh yeah, because there's some people who will. I don't care. I'll sit on this sideline. I'll get hurt again. I don't care. I'm getting a check.
It's hard for me to see people out there working hard. No matter we can be moving. It's hard for me to see everybody moving everything, and I'm gonna just sit on my my butt.
You feel out of place. You feel uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to tip my hat off to this one individual.
I want to be out there with my team.
He just exuberates heart to me. If you talk about heart on the field of football, Edelman, I'm sold on it.
Yeah. If you want to go basketball, KG. We gotta jump into these wild cards. Well, not wild cards. We gotta jump into the wild cards. That's what came out. But we also gotta get into some of these eliminations because we gotta get a little. We'll start there so we can talk a little bit about those. Dallas. We'll start there. Cowboys eliminated, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
If you haven't heard.
Out of here.
Uh-oh.
If you haven't heard. You probably have. What did they finish? They finished 8-8 again. Like I've been saying. All they're good for, usually, is an 8-8 record. 9-7. You know. Remember they went 13-3? And we were sold. I was sold on them. I thought, wow, the history's repeating itself. They're back good.
I'm not going to sit here and Stephen A.
Yeah.
However, man, I swear, the only good thing about that is my Facebook feed is calmed down. I'm pretty sure Facebook is saying, "Shwoo, glad that's over." Because,
no more. I ain't got to see that anymore.
I ain't got to see that no more. Sorry, Cowboy fans. What you need to do is figure out what you're gonna do in the office. Get that because you had a team. You had one of your better teams coming out of Dallas. You need to figure out what's going on in the front office, and you need to figure that out.
Oh yeah,
PDQ in order to push past the season. I mean, because you don't even get past the postseason.
Get past the season.
Get past the season,
and then you can continue to post your memes, talk about other people's teams. I hate when people talk about somebody else's team and their team's not in the playoffs. Team's not nothing. Team's not even a wild card. My team's in a wild card right now. We'll get into that here in a second. The other elimination I wanted to talk about was the Cleveland Browns. Well, let's call them the Cleveland Cowboys because they have a great team and don't produce. How do you have?
I'm gonna call him Doodle Brown.
How do you have two top 10 receivers on both sides of the ball and you don't produce? Why did Odell Beckham's second touchdown catch come in week?
Yeah, deep into the season.
7, whenever it came. That's mind-boggling to me.
He should have been well on his way to his 15th.
Everything that looked good on paper ain't good, and you know what I'm saying.
That was
all the glitter is not gold.
They didn't execute the way they were supposed to. I feel like, honestly, if you ask me, I feel like the quarterback needs to go. They need a better quarterback.
They need to get rid of Baker?
They got to get rid of him.
They've been having so much problems.
What do you feel like the problem was?
Colin Cowherd said it best. I believe it's Baker Mayfield, but Colin Cowherd said it best. Shouts out to Colin Cowherd. He said, "This is what I want from Baker for New Year's resolution. More football, more winning, less commercials." Because he said when you do the commercial thing, it puts a bad light on you. Because now look at you, you're not winning, but you're all over TV.
And now everybody's talking bad about you.
Oh, well, maybe you should stop doing commercials and start throwing the football. You know what I mean? You get those. You get all that. Win some games, and then you can come with that. That's what Colin said. And I completely agree with that. You gotta win. You can't go 6-10 and be the face of whoever he's the face of. Can't be out there sweeping up the stadium.
It's a bad juju hovering over Cleveland quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been there. We're not going to speak on the Manziel debacle, but I believed in the boy from OU. I felt like he was going to produce a lot better than what he did, especially having tools. I've seen him do it over in OU. He had the receivers, and now you upgrade to professionals. who have weathered the storm, and your numbers in the season just didn't do it, man.
Yeah.
Just didn't cut it.
It's the real deal, Holyfield.
We're jumping to the wild card now. Bills versus the Houston Sports Experts team, the Texans.
Yep, we got that.
And my team, the Patriots versus the Titans. Vikings versus the Saints. Seahawks versus the Eagles.
Bills are hungry.
Bills versus Texans. I got the Bills.
Wait, who are the Ravens going against?
Ravens they clinched the division.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. The division winners were 49ers, Chiefs, Ravens, and Packers. Shout out Mike B. His Chiefs win their division and everything. Chiefs were balling. Ravens are balling. Who you got? I know who you got. You got Bills?
Bills are hungry. Bills are hungry.
The Texans are hungry.
DeAndre Hopkins needs to get out of Houston. Pats versus Titans.
He needs to do what?
He needs to get out of Houston. He needs to go to another. He's not going to win nothing in Houston.
No.
Well, they got Deshaun over there.
No.
They do got Deshaun over there. I want to see Deshaun develop. I'll give him some time.
Come on, man.
We can give him some time over there in Houston.
Don't play us like that, man.
Pats versus Titans. Who y'all got? You know who I got.
Pats.
Of course.
Okay, all right. Unanimous. Vikings versus Saints. I got the Saints.
Okay, I got the Saints in this one. That's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm. Seahawks and Eagles, I think that's just going to be a runaway.
Let's see, I'm going with Seahawks.
Eagles might win that game. That might be the upset.
Eagles and Seahawks.
I'm
going with the Seahawks with that one.
I'll go with the Seahawks too, but I can see the Eagles.
I can see the Eagles coming through.
Doing something.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
because what I mean? you can't forget the Eagles is a really good team still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And on top of that, the Seahawks have been blowing. Man, they've been blowing some major plays. They've been making some comebacks, but they've been blowing some. Plays.
They blew the game the other day. You got Marshawn Lynch. History repeating itself. You got Marshawn Lynch, and you don't give him the ball.
I'm hoping that they go back and look at that film and realize that they bit themselves in the butt.
Oh yeah, they know they did. At this point, they know they did. Everyone know they did.
We talked about that up here.
I'm hoping it's happened early enough, and they understand that this is their second go round at this because you don't usually get that opportunity again. So, don't F this up, man. Come on, coaches over there in Seattle.
Pete Carroll, come on now.
Pete, don't do it again.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our time. You can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So that'd be 9 o'clock, what, Central? Are we Central? Are we Standard? Well, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, wherever you're at.
Eastern Time, for sure.
Yeah, Eastern Time. Figure it out. You can also tune into our podcast, so you just go podcast in front of my son every Monday and Thursday. This has been another edition of The Assist with your host, Noah Harrington.
J to the Hua.
You got the coach over here.
Coach G, and we're signing out.